The Ontario Tech Corridor is made up of the original founding members, the Ottawa region through Oakry, the Greater Toronto Marketing Alliance representing the Toronto area, and CTT representing the Waterloo region. We've added two other areas, the London, Ontario area and Niagara Economic Development Area. What I think is important in the Ontario Tech Corridor is the opportunity to create a critical mass, and the idea of being larger than the sum of the parts is very, very important. The opportunity for Ottawa, Waterloo, and Toronto at the time to go into Silicon Valley and make an impact by getting above the noise 7, 8 years ago was very important. You've got all these communities working together, showcasing themselves, and the province of Ontario can't have a better group of communities representing themselves around the world. The interesting thing is that a lot of people are interested in finding out what's unique about this area. Some people have called it what's in the water in Waterloo, and so people come from all over the world to check it out. The community has been referred to as an intelligent community, so we get delegations from all over the world. We get people coming to the University of Waterloo and to WLU and Conestoga College from all over the world. But you know, there's something more ingrained in this, and it goes back to probably the history of the founding of this community with the Mennonites, with the German heritage, with the Scottish heritage in Cambridge. There's this desire to work hard. There's a strong work ethic in this region. The ability to take the economy that happens to be the economy of the day and shift with the sands of time to make sure that they are successful. The building that you're in right here is a part of the history of the region. It goes from whiskey to and grains now to brains. So there's been this transformation that's been happening here all the time. This area is known for its reinvention. They've been able to convert themselves as time goes on from those early button factory days to basically now an extensive research capability that exists here. We've got about 50,000 plus students in this area. In an area that's 500,000 people, that's a pretty significant portion of the community. 10% of the community is in students, and it's a very young entrepreneurial community. But more than that, it also thrives on being able to attract and retain companies that are in that entrepreneurial spirit. There's an ecosystem that exists here. People evolve and work out their activities in this region because of the support mechanisms that exist here. There are a lot of companies that have grown as a result of that. Obviously RIM and OpenText are household names, but you can easily look at companies like DALSA and Christie Digital, AGFA Healthcare, but then smaller companies like Myovision that have just graduated out of the accelerator, and they could have located anywhere in the world. They've chosen to stay here.
There are a number of reasons why this is a great area for us to be located. First of all, we have 4 institutions of higher education, and they provide a very good, very solid talent pool for us, especially on the engineering side. Secondly, the local infrastructure is also excellent. We have excellent logistics, excellent IT infrastructure, and the sort of the tier 2 supplier base, very top notch. We're strategically located sort of in the center of southern Ontario. I also think it's important to note the work ethic of the local population. We have 500 employees, as I mentioned. 300 of those have advanced education, whether it's post-secondary education in engineering or post-secondary education at the college level. So over 300 people perform knowledge-related work, if you want to call it that, specifically designing and developing the world's brightest projectors. And that's, you know, to maintain that over time requires a workforce that not only has a lot of skills, a lot of knowledge, but is also very willing to learn new things.
We're globally known. We're a leader in high-performance digital imaging and semiconductors. Most people would know us from building the image sensor chips for the Mars rover that have beamed down these wonderful images from the surface of Mars. We're about 1,000 employees worldwide, and we're generally known as technology leaders in our chosen field. The community has really a culture of innovation, and even though what DALSA does isn't necessarily what other companies do in the local area, we tend to share that culture, and so really it's kind of built into our DNA to want to innovate and want to be successful internationally.
When you think about some of the institutes that have been set up here, they're all forward-looking institutes. The universities themselves, with, for example, the Institute of Quantum Computing, the Perimeter Institute, CG. You have these institutes that really are founded on the belief that knowledge is very important, whether it's pure knowledge in terms of theoretical physics or applied knowledge. We have a Digital Media Convergence Center in downtown Kitchener that's recently been set up, and it just shows that we're focused really on sort of the economy of tomorrow, not really the economy of yesterday.
Kitchener-Waterloo in the area is an excellent place to raise a family, to build a career. You've got excellent schools, sports facilities, excellent arts. It's really a fantastic place to build a career. So we're able to get really the world's best and brightest.
The talent pool for companies coming here is awesome. Not only new people who come here by virtue of them being students or immigrants, but we have a deep talent pool of people who've been here all along and have learned to adapt and to renew themselves from one sector to another.